Amanda, how are you? Thank you so much for submitting a request through Murmur. I'm so excited to be able to answer this for you. It sounds, honestly, really frustrating that, you're trying to sleep, but then you have these weird sort of like, jerks awakening with like adrenaline response and the whole thing. You can only sleep for like 45 minutes at a time. How miserable. I'm really hoping that by the end of this, you'll have some peace, some calm, some understanding, some directions to go moving forward. Because man, sleep is so important. And I feel that, especially being a mom of twin 2-year-olds. I mean, come on. That's a tough job. Single mom, twin 2-year-olds. That's, thank you. Thank you for doing your saintly duties. You probably have more patience than me. So let's jump into it. No more talking here. So you said, I have trouble sleeping. I make myself lucid dream to hopefully fall asleep a lot of times. Great job. Nice work. You've been watching the videos. You say you'll be on the brink of sleep or actually in a light sleep when you awake abruptly. I'm always shaking and have an adrenaline rush. I often tell myself in sleep in the dream when things start to get distorted. Oh, wait, that's the next part. So I want to talk to you about something that I think may be occurring. First, caveat, talk to your doctor. Go let them know what's kind of going on. They are the experts. You're under their care, and they'll be able to help you out more than I am. I'm just some guy on the internet. I have clinical experience. I do stuff, but I'm not your doctor. You should definitely get that checked out because you want to rule out some other pretty serious things. However, just for fun, and I'm going to link this in the email somewhere, you might want to check this out. There's a Healthline article that I'm linking here. What I think you're experiencing is called a Let me get this right. It's a hypnic jerk, right? Not as familiar with the clinical term, but actually this is very common. I talk to people a lot about this. That's why I want to make sure I said the name right, because I usually just call it like jerking when you're asleep. It's actually very common. 70% of people experience this, and it's not serious. It is serious because for you, it's really disrupting your sleep. But when they say in this article that it's not serious in the sense that it's not like linked to some real big like problem that you need to go like get diagnosed and treated for or have a surgery, nothing like that. Usually these kind of things can be resolved just by practicing certain techniques. And if you look at the symptoms in what I'm sending you here, it sounds a lot like what you're talking about. Jerking or jolting of muscles or body parts, falling sensation, sensory flashes, dream or hallucination that leads to a startled jump or fall, quickening breathing, rapid heartbeat, sweating. Sounds like your stereotypical adrenaline response, and it happens to a lot of people as well. You're not alone. Now, here's kind of what you can do with that. What you really want to try and do is, first we have to understand where it kind of comes from. It's trouble that the brain has with moving between these different states of consciousness. And I don't mean anything weird when I say different states of consciousness. It's not hocus pocus. It's just when you're wide awake studying for a test, that's one mental state. When you're resting, relaxing on a beach, sipping a nice drink, that's another state, right? When you're daydreaming while you drive home from a long day of work, that's another state. And when you're sleeping, that's another state. Sometimes the brain can have difficulty moving between those states when we're anxious. If you exercise right before bed, if you drink too much caffeine. I don't know if you know some of the sleepwalk TikTokers who like post videos of themselves sleepwalking, but they'll actually induce those sleepwalking episodes by eating chocolate or cheese or something heavy right before bed because the body gets stimulated. And so then because it's got all this blood flow to the gut to try and digest these complex foods, they'll actually sleepwalk because they're not entering into the state of sleep that they need to. So you want to talk to your doctor about those things, get those checked out, because this sounds exactly like what you're going through. Anxiety, stress, I think we talked about all that. Hypnosis can actually help a lot because hypnosis is a way of practicing transitioning between those states of consciousness. If you wanted to find a hypnotherapist to kind of help with that, as long as you get checked out by your doctor, you can always just send me an email back and I'll send you a link. You can also check out traumafocusedhypnotherapy.com, where we have a list of hypnotherapists that we've trained at our hypnotherapy school that I help run. But simple things, meditation, breathing exercises can help a lot. Hypnosis can help a lot. But it sounds like that's what's kind of going on. I'm just trying to look through my notes here, make sure I got everything for you. I I really think that's kind of what's going on. Let's look at the second part of your request here, though. It says, you have a series of dreams every night, usually waking up every 45 minutes or less. It's exhausting. You don't dream about monsters, but just dark, nervous dreams. I don't watch any scary movies either, and I try to force positive feeling dreams, maybe snuggling with someone or just anything comforting. I'm a single mom of two twin 2-year-olds, but I've always been like this, and it's getting worse. You're actually a very positive person. You don't really stress out too much. You don't want to take medication for sleep, but I'm never in REM for very long. So yeah, okay, this is all kind of making sense. What I'm sort of thinking about here is it sounds like there's a lot of stress related to when you're trying to go to sleep. There's a lot of anxiety when you're trying to fall asleep because you know that typically sleeping is not, it's not been very fun or successful for you in the past. So try creating, I would really suggest try creating a nighttime routine if you don't have one already. You might have one already, and that's great. I would suggest also trying to alter it a little bit and trying to create a new sort of habit for yourself. You know, maybe a new pillowcase or some new sheets, something to just disrupt, like, okay, we're going to try something new. Like, I'm going to care for myself. Because if you keep everything the same, you've already kind of behaviorally paired this idea of frustration and anxiety with your sleep, and that can cause you to feel some of that. Another recommendation I would have, after talking with your doctor, of course, is a lot of people find help actually in trying to, instead of being nervous about bad dreams or anxiety in the dreams, just almost planning for an anxiety dream. A lot of times people who struggle with nightmares, when I tell them, hey, just plan for a nightmare, pick your favorite nightmare, you know, pick a real good scary one, you know, when they kind of plan for it and they're like, okay, I'm just going to go to bed. I'm gonna have a nightmare. I'm going to sleep through it because I need good sleep. So I'm a tough cookie. I'm going to make it through. Sometimes when I tell them to do that, it actually reduces their nightmares because instead of trying to fight it, they're just like, hey, whatever. I'm too damn tired to deal with this. I'm just going to have a nightmare and call it quits. It takes some of the pressure off and it takes some of that fight away and some of that anxiety away. And you might find some relief there as well. I hope that helps. Let's see. Is there anything else? It's like my brain realizes it's dreaming and it doesn't like it, or it turns dark and my brain wants to escape it. I don't know. Yeah, it's a mess. I don't think you're a mess. I don't think you're a mess at all. I think a lot of people would agree with you. But I get that. I think you got a couple things going on, like I said. So just a little recap. I think there's a trouble with the ability of your brain to go through these different waking states. I think that there's a lot of anxiety. I think that you're a single mom of two twin 2-year-olds, which is tough and a lot of stress. I think you might need some time, might need some help. Talk with your doctor, of course, but be kind to yourself. Take care of yourself. Find a nice bedtime routine that you can sort of fall into, that you can feel comfortable about. Set some intention. Try some deep breathing or meditation to kind of practice on your own. Some of those, you know, waking to sleep transitions for your brain. And just allow what's going to happen. Remember, your body is not your enemy. It's going to try and take care of you. Your body is reacting to something in your environment. And so listen to those messages that it's giving you. It's trying to take care of you. It wants you to be good just as much as you want it to be good. So if your body's struggling, pay attention to it. It's trying to tell you something. Care for yourself. So I hope that helps. Let me know. You're always welcome to email me back with a comment or whatever. If you want to leave a review, I would love to host that for you on the website as well. Also, let me know in an email back if you'd like me to keep this video private, or if you're okay with it being public for other people to see and benefit from. That's totally up to you. This is your response, and I hope you feel valued and cared for. Take care of yourself. And if you need anything, you let me know. Okay, Amanda? Thanks so much. Peace.